Hi guys, did you miss me? Just kidding, don't answer that. So anyway, first of all, happy Black History Month. I wanted to talk to you today about expecting the great in your life. Because guess what? A lot of us are living very mediocre lives and just full of blah. Just go to work, come home. Go to work, come home. Where's the excellence in that life? They're very unfulfilling, and that's not okay. So, let's start with Exhibit A here, which I know a lot of you have actually seen on the internet, and I know I sure have. And it's this little girl, insert self, with this tiny little teddy bear, insert whatever that teddy bear is symbolic of, be it a job or a relationship or a past or whatever, or in my case in particular, an actual teddy bear. Anyway, don't judge me. So basically he's saying, give me the teddy bear, I can show you so much more. I can give you a big giant plush fluffy teddy bear who you can cuddle with, and you know, it's like a life-size teddy bear, and it's huge and it's fluffy and it's soft, and you want the teddy bear that ain't got no eyes. This teddy bear is missing an ear. Let go of the teddy bear. I want that teddy bear. Anyway, God has so much more in store for us than what we're even able to comprehend. And in the great words of a famous philosopher, also known as Musiq Soulchild, he once said, there's a difference between good and great, but good wasn't built to last. There is a lot of truth in that sentence, because the definition of great is actually above average, above normal, and it's better than good. It's not mediocre, it's excellent. Don't you want to be great? I want to be great. You know, I find myself sometimes, and I know y'all do this too, I'm not by myself. When I ask God for something and I say, well, you know, if you could just give me this or help me with this, then I'm okay with the rest of it. Like, almost scared to ask for more than one thing, because it's like, okay, then he's gonna think I'm doing the most and he's not gonna give me either one. That's not necessarily how it works, by the way, but I found myself doing that, especially when I was in undergrad in college, and I would find myself looking to pass a class and not necessarily get an A, because I thought that that was too extraordinary for me to ask. Too extraordinary for me to ask an extraordinary God. Makes no sense. Don't do that. I just want to pass. If I can just get a C, even if, you know, a C minus, whatever is passing for this particular professor, I don't care how low it is, let me just pass this test. Instead of saying, I studied, I worked hard, I sacrificed, I did all the things right, I deserve an A. Lord, help me get an A. I didn't ask for no A. And you know what I got? C's. I got just what I asked for most of the time. So I guess I sold myself short a little bit, huh? So sometimes we fight God. So we're like, oh, like this little girl in the picture, I don't want to give up my tiny teddy bear. And you don't want to let go of something that is completely no longer serving your life, and we end up fighting God on it. And that's the beauty of freedom of choice. It's beautiful and it's catastrophic, because some of us don't know how to choose. I saw a quote recently that said, if you have lost an argument with God, you've won. But if you've won the argument with God, you've actually lost. Think about that. Let that marinate. So if he feels like we're deserving of that giant plush teddy bear, then why don't we? Is it that we might feel like we're disappointed in some way, shape, or form if we ask for it and don't get it? It's a possibility. All I know is that we're deserving of God's best. So 2 pieces in Psalms. One piece says, delight yourself in the Lord and he'll give you the desires of your heart. Another psalm says, may he give you the desires of your heart and make all your plans succeed. What I actually love about it, though, is that he will change the desires of your heart to match his will and his plan for you. And I think that that is so cool, because sometimes I find myself saying, this is it. I love what's happening right now. This is great. I don't want to let it go. Then the next stage comes where I see that it's not a great idea. It's not what I thought it was. Everything that glitters ain't gold. And the following stage is, suddenly I don't want that anymore. Of course, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes a little bit of time. But once that starts kicking in, he's already said, no, this isn't for you. What I'm going to do is actually change that situation around. I'm going to change your mindset, open your eyes to some things that you hadn't considered before. And now you'll see why that's no longer productive for you. So there's actually 3 answers that God gives us. It's either a yes, hey, yeah, this is a good idea. Go forward. This is going to prosper. There's also a not yet. You're not ready for that. You haven't grown enough for that. You're not mature enough for that. You can't handle that right now. That's not going to be a good scenario for you right now. Wait on it. Or he will give you, I have something a little better in mind. There's never really a no. It's not like, hey, can I buy this new car? No. He doesn't do that. Not necessarily. It's usually, maybe you're not ready for that new car yet. Let's save up a little bit more. Or, I have something better in mind. You may have wanted that, Nissan, but guess what? I have a Cadillac in mind for you. If you just give me a little bit, I'm going to arrange some stuff and put some people in your life that's going to give you that Cadillac. Bad example, but you get it. Here's a funny thing. Have you ever considered that maybe it was a plan of protection? Sometimes protection is actually the reason we're having a hard time obtaining something that we wanted in the first place, or trying to get that job, or trying to pursue that relationship. Sometimes God's saying, oh gosh, no, this is not a good scenario. You stay right there. I'm going to prevent this from happening because I'm going to save you a lot of heartbreak. I'm going to save you a lot of maybe financial struggles. I'm going to save you a lot of bad decision making. He does that kind of thing to protect us. He has his finger on the door, and you're trying to pull the door open, but nobody's stronger than God's finger. So he has it sitting there, and you're struggling to open the door. Leave the door alone. Sometimes it's character building. Maybe, like how I said before, maybe it's not your time. Maybe you have to wait for a season, which is another discussion for another time. Stay tuned. But maybe it's just not right for you to do it right now. So next time you're wondering, why can't I get it together with this guy? Or why can't me and this girl get along or get ourselves in line with one another? Run. The more you seek God, the clearer his will becomes for you. So communication needs to be a two-way street. You need to communicate with God. You need to pray. You need to spend time with him, get to know him, and he will reveal himself to you and what he thinks is best for your life. And what he thinks is best for your life is better than what you think is best for your life, because we don't know it all. He does, though. God is all about stretching you and building you up, building your character. So the more you become complacent and just happy with your mediocre life, the more likely it is that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, because stretching is uncomfortable. You ever work out and then you go to stretch your muscles the next day and it is painful? You don't want to do it. It's not fun, but you do it because guess what? After you stretch them, you can walk. So anyway, you have a decision to make. It's up to you whether you want to hang on to that tiny little teddy bear or you want the big plush fluffy teddy bear. Seems like a no-brainer, but that's just me. Bye.